That's the doorbell at Jimmy's house. Now, when you come to my house, my doorbell sounds like this.
It's Friday, time for the People's Weekly. I'm here with Canadian Glenn, and we're right on time, about 8 minutes late. What's up, Glenn?
Buenos dias. I hope everybody in California is not evacuated. I just saw something. I just want to say something about that off the bat. I saw something posted today that in all the coverage by the networks regarding the California fires, a whopping 4% of coverage mentions the words climate change.
Yeah, I have a lot of issues with the coverage for that. They seem to really focus on the celebrities and the super wealthy people in Malibu, but there's a whole lot of people that aren't super wealthy and aren't celebrities that aren't going to be able to just rebuild with no problems or go to their other house. There's people that are going to be homeless because of this. There's people that died because of this. There's in Malibu, there's places that are like campsites where homeless people go and pay like a couple bucks. I don't know how much it is, but it's not very much per week to be able to stay there in tents without being harassed by police so much. So there's a lot more than just rich and famous people, having issues. So it is a major deal.
Well, from what I saw, it's the death toll is somewhere around 60 now, and still pretty close to 600 unaccounted for.
That's exactly what I heard. Yeah, if you hear noise behind me, they're doing construction on every roof still around me, so it's just noisy. Yeah, but it's just ridiculous. It's so ridiculous, the coverage of this.
Well, I think it just proves, though, it doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a war, whether it's a natural disaster, doesn't matter what it is, it's all going to get covered the same way.
Yeah.
It's all about the pretty people first, and then the money speaks. And then, if we're starting to get bored, then, hey, let's try another angle. Let's actually look for some people who are fucked over this.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we can do that.
I think there's going to be a lot more of those in celebrities,
Oh, yeah.
But then winter's coming, and everyone knows that when it rains in Malibu and off down PCH, Pacific Coast Highway, for anyone who doesn't know, there's mudslides. And houses fall and all kinds of stuff. So, you're going to have the fires and you're going to have the mudslides like every year. And, the mudslides, people kind of joke like the rich idiots build their house on stilts on the side of a hill. What do they expect?
Well, that just proves that nobody's talking about fucking climate change. Because, when Malibu became a thing for celebrities in the 60s, there was a hell of a lot more forest behind them. And that's the issue. When all them trees die and fall down, that rain still comes every year. All them trees are gone to absorb all that rain, so where's the water going to go? Down the fucking hill.
Yeah, I don't know what the big deal is. Like is it something with their religion or something? Like, why won't they just say, yeah, science has proved climate change. Why don't we do something about it? I mean, I know part of it has to do with money and these corporations not wanting to give up all that extra profit, or even a part of the extra profit they're making, to help stop something. But I mean, it's just I don't understand why people like climate change deniers are a thing. I don't understand that.
Yeah, well, there's still flat earthers too, so.
Yeah, but what is there? 3 of them in the world?
Oh no, there's more than that. I mean, consider the time we're in. You can sell anything these days. Anything is easier to sell now than it was 15 years ago.
Yeah, I just thought that was some celebrity dude. Maybe believed that, or maybe started it to gain publicity. I didn't know it was a real thing, a flat earther thing.
Oh yeah, they're for real.
How? I mean,
I don't know, man.
like
Whatever.
there's evidence to the contrary, like mountains of evidence.
Whatever.
Wow.
Apparently these people have never flown in an airplane, or like whatever, man. You know, maybe they just stick to the horse and carriage. I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
They can't see forever. I mean, there's a horizon, right?
But that's it. You know,
that's the end of the earth.
Yeah, they can't explain how it keeps moving, and it's just no, it doesn't matter. You know, they just talk louder. You know, it's not an issue of what they're saying is wrong. It's just you're not hearing them correctly.
Wow.
Whatever.
People will believe anything. That's crazy.
Whatever, man.
So yeah, the view up here, what's going on with that?
Well, actually, there's not going to be a show on the 21st. There's been some issues come up at the headquarters that must be dealt with, and I ain't going to have time for a show next week. But November 28th will be a big show that'll have economist Robin Allen will be returning, and we'll kick some more holes in the pipeline novel that never ends in Canada.
Wow. So you're skipping the show next week, and the following week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, as always. So yeah, that's cool. We're getting, I know I posted it on Twitter, we're going to get new gear within the next 2 weeks, depending on delivery and all that. So yeah, we're going to have some new shows, new musical shows, the ability to get call-ins from our wonderful, lovely audience members.
The Pope.
Yeah, the Pope will definitely be calling in. Yeah, we haven't figured out the shows that are going to take call-ins or whatever. I think some of our old shows, like Who's Culture, will be coming back soon and stuff like that, too. So, you know how we do. We're kind of like a roller coaster. We grow and then we shrink, then we grow and then we shrink. Up and downs of people's radio. But no, we will be adding at least a music show every month or 2 weeks or something, maybe more. Revolutionary music. So that should be pretty awesome.
Right on.
Yeah, you want to get started on the topics?
Okay.
You have another tangent?
No.
Oh, darn.
See, I'm trying to get it out of the way.
All right. The first wave of the Central American caravan hits Tijuana. Hit Tijuana. Many of us fear the soldiers at the border will take Trump's deranged racist rants as orders to murder innocent immigrants. And I should have said as, but I didn't at the beginning of that. I'm a terrible reader. But yeah, I mean, he said if people throw rocks, consider it a weapon and shoot at them. And this is the President of the United States sending military to our border within the United States, which they're not supposed to do. And he's telling them that when these families come across the border, if they do anything aggressive, basically treat them like enemies and attack them. And these are people with guns. and bigger things than guns. So it really worries me. Also, traditionally the media could get pushed out of there pretty quickly. I know there's some media people embedded with the caravan, like independent journalists and stuff. But I really worry about this. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I know some people are holding back right now, waiting for more people to come before they cross. Some people tried to cross and got pushed back over. So far there's nothing major going on, but I'm just worried when you get a few hundred people or maybe 1,000 people all at once, and you have these soldiers, many of which I'm sure are really right-wing kind of Trump people. Will they take that as an order? And then if they do, what's going to happen? Is anything going to happen? Or are they going to say we were just following orders, So hopefully nothing will happen, but I worry about this.
Well, first when you describe it being not an American, this is just another Gaza. It's being sold the same way. It's the same bullshit potential. It's about time an American president just did what Netanyahu does. Might as well.
Well, I think Gaza is definitely inspiration. I mean, that seems to be our inspiration for a lot of things with policing and military in this country.
Well, something like this has potential to be disastrous very quickly. And I think as far as Mushroom Dick in charge goes, I think he was told to announce it and then shut up. We'll take care of it. I bet you they don't mention it around him, because he's not involved. I mean, it's not the easiest thing to find, but if you look around on the internet, you will see some statements made by commanders in the field, and they're making it pretty clear that United States military does not shoot unarmed civilians in their own country. That's the part they leave out.
What is unarmed, though? I mean, like, a rock, they could say that's a weapon. I mean, police here shoot people for all kinds of stuff, man.
Yeah, but that's in their fucking rules. Everybody should know that, yes, they can get away with that. The military, no. I mean, you're talking about media. This is the age of the internet. If something does happen, the stuff that's going to be online that everybody will be watching will be from the Mexican side. That's obvious. So I just think this is just another dead cat issue. I mean,
I hope so.
The whole caravan thing disappeared the day after the midterms, basically.
Yeah, it just scares me that you have these soldiers on the border there.
Yeah, but what are they doing? Have you seen what they're doing?
They're laying out barbed wire, right? Razor wire.
Yeah, some of them are doing razor wire, but those are just the guys that are on the photo op. Most of the forces are like delivery drivers. They're just making sure there's shit everywhere. That's it. They're not out there, patrolling like CBP does. It's not happening,
Yeah.
It's a big waste of money, and it's a stunt.
It's a scary stunt, though, to me anyway. It really is. When you bring soldiers into anything. I mean, I'm coming from I see soldiers every day that have joined the LAPD after coming back from war, and I see how they treat people. And that's why, I fear them. I truly fear these.
Oh, of course. I get that. But what I'm saying is the reason they behave like that on the streets, like they did in Baghdad or Kabul, is because they know they're allowed to. These guys follow orders. And if they know they can do it, they'll do it. And that's the difference. with the world media, the U.S. military is not going to just come out and play SS. There's no way.
Yeah, it is different now because my mind goes to like '92 during the LA riots. It ended because we had soldiers in the street that started shooting at people and killed somebody, and then it was over.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff always sticks in my head. Soldiers. There's never there's never a good outcome when you bring soldiers into something.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people go back to Kent State. Same goddamn thing.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, but that's why I'm saying Trump has nothing to do with the management of this. There's just way too risky. Way too risky. I mean, obviously he says what he's told to say. He tweets what they pound into his head to be pissed off about. So they just quit talking about the caravan, and pretty much so did he, Yeah,
they have these luxurious tent cities, according to Trump. They're really, really very nice.
Yeah.
And as sick as it is, I'd rather see people have to go there. We could deal with that than get killed. You know what I mean? And that's a horrible concentration camp or death. That's a horrible thing to have to say. I'd rather them just get let in and go through processing and then, deal with it like any other immigrant, but somehow.
Well, that's just it. That's just it. I mean, you look at the numbers of immigrants that over the last 5-6 years in the U.S., especially at the southern border, and it's down. It's been going down. It's dropping. This is just such trumped up fucking horse shit because too many American people are too stupid or too apathetic to know that this is an entirely manufactured crisis. This is the same shit the conservatives in Canada have been trying to pull for 18 months about we're being invaded. Fuck off, man. It's not happening. There's no proof. It's just rhetoric. And the facilities exist in U.S. law and the facilities for these people to be processed orderly according to the U.S. law protected by the U.S. Constitution.
I know we have 330 million people in the United States, and they're worried about, 11 to 12 million immigrants are going to take everyone's job and do this big crime wave and kill and rape everybody. It's insane, man. Just a simple math alone would tell you none of that
Yep.
could
exactly.
happen.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of studies that don't get any airplay on networks that illegal aliens, like 97% of what they consider illegal aliens, go out of their way to obey the fucking law.
Yeah, because they got more to lose than anybody else.
Exactly. But yet, Cletus watches Fox and everybody's MS-13.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It is. It's ridiculous.
They find one dude that kills some cops and then go crazy and then put him in ads and do this and that. And oh my God. I mean, yeah, out of 11 million people, there's going to be a few criminals in there. I mean, statistically speaking, you take any group of 11 million people, you're going to have some criminals mixed in.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not anywhere near what they're talking about.
No.
As we've seen, these United States-born white supremacists are doing way more. We're going to talk about that in a little minute. Way more crimes, terrorist attacks, and anything than any other group right now. But they don't even talk about them like they're any threat. It's just always these illegal immigrants coming in and blah, aliens, and killers and rapists and very bad people and blah blah blah. It's sickening.
Well, the other thing about the military being deployed, I think they're going to be spending a lot more time policing themselves than policing the border. Because I think this is why so many of them are doing these fucking menial tasks. They don't have weapons in their hands all day long, is because they want to see who their crazy people are. You know? They want to see the guys who are saying, this is fucking bullshit. When are we going to go shoot some fucking beaners? Those are the guys they're trying to find before anything happens. Because they're there. You know they're there.
Yeah, and you also have all these different right-wing Nazi white supremacist groups going down to quote-unquote help the troops at the border.
Well, that's not going to happen. I mean...
Oh, they've been there for years, man. I remember
No.
When Bush was in office, they were going down there. When Obama was in office, before any of this Trump stuff, they were going down there with guns.
But they didn't have National Guard around them. This is going to be just like Ferguson. When actual lethal force shows up, then all the pretendees all of a sudden mellow the fuck out. So, I mean, these yahoos can drive around in their Jeeps with their AR-15s 50 yards from the border and shit. Fine. But if the National Guard is there, these guys are going to back right the fuck off. Because they're scared of the army.
When you listen to them tell it, most of them are ex-military or still military or ex-law enforcement or whatever.
So they know what the consequences are if they get in the way of live action. You're fucking dead.
I hope you're right, man, because I always see, the police protect them, the police will shake their hands, the police will do anything for them. It just seems like, what will the military do for them?
Well, like I said, there's a different set of rules, and
Yeah.
because this is the U.S. military in the U.S. If this was, anywhere in the Middle East or, anywhere in South America, none of that means shit. But it does at home.
Yeah.
And plus, you have to look at recruitment. It's not a good recruitment advertisement when you kill unarmed American citizens. It's really not good for business.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be trying to kill unarmed American citizens. I think they're going to be trying to kill... Well, I hope they're not. I mean, worst case, they're going to shoot at families coming across the border.
But in this day and age, there will be people embedded who are Americans. Because it's going to be a tactic to have like an American couple come to the border with one of these migrant families, and they've got American passports, and they're going to make a fucking stink. This is going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're right. I really do. I don't want to see anything terrible happen to people ever. But it seems like it
could.
Yeah. I mean, the concentration camp thing, these tent cities they have are bad enough.
That's the issue. That is the real issue. Because that is not consistent with the worst case scenario they're selling here. They're saying that worst case, these people are going to get killed. They're not talking about imprisoning them.
Well, I mean, think about what are these conditions in these open air concentration camps? Like, people might just die there if they can't get medicine, they can't get stuff they need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
And that's
just like Gaza, an open air prison. You were right. It is really comparable to that.
But that's another thing, too. American domestic can get away with doing that because they're the government interpreting the immigration laws. The military, on the other hand, if they were running a concentration camp and people were dying of heat stroke, that would be a whole nother issue. I really don't think the military wants much lead in this thing. They're just a prop, They're a fucking billboard. That's all they are.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no faith in our military, as you see. I think it's a terrifying thought of them doing anything within this country. They need to stay. I mean, I don't like them around the world either, but at least they're not here when they're over there.
Oh, no. I understand that, and that's the difference here. I mean, I can detach from that, like when you were just saying that, I figured, Okay, so what if there was, I mean, just outside of my city is one of the five biggest bases in Canada, and there are stationed there about 4,500 troops who are supposed to be combat ready, and a lot of them are elite ground forces. So if I heard that all of a sudden they were going somewhere in the country, and it's not a flood, and it's not an ice storm, and it's not a tornado, if they're taking all their gear, I'd be like, yeah, what in the fuck is this? So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't apply to me like it does to you.
Yeah, because somebody, I don't remember, I gotta look for the story. It was either some politician or some military guy in the last 2 or 3 days was saying it's really great to run the border because they just giving them actual experience. So when they have to fight a war, they're getting experience down there, which bothered me. Like, what kind of combat experience are they going to get on the border?
Well, that's a pretty stupid soundbite because you can poke 10 holes in that. So I imagine it was just some white bread Congress goofball who said that.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I have to look it up, like I said.
Well, that's what I would expect. You know, maybe a state congressman from wherever Grumman has a big plant, or Winchester, you know?
Yeah.
Bullshit. But, you know, I mean, I just thought it was a dead giveaway. The day after midterms, no more caravan on network. Just wasn't an issue anymore.
It was the biggest threat to the United States in the history of this country. Then all of a sudden, it wasn't even a threat anymore. It was just crazy.
And all of a sudden, the Republicans lost the House. And that's what ended it. You know, it's ridiculous. But, you know, that's the whole thing. Everything is a super, ultra, mega big deal until we decide it's not, and then it's gone.
You know, these crazy racists outnumber any immigrants in this country, any undocumented immigrants, at about a rate of 8-1. So, if you're gonna worry about some crazy, violent, psycho, murdering rapist, I would look at the patriots or the nationalists or whatever you want to call them. That's the threat to this country.
That's the way it's always been in history. Fuck.
Man, well, I hope you're right. I hope nothing terrible happens, but then we still have to deal with these concentration camps. So, like, oh, nobody's going to die by getting shot at the border, but then they're going to get locked into concentration camps. So it really is, it's lose-lose. I don't know what to do. And, hey, everyone listening, when you're ready, let's go, you know. Let's get millions of people and we can shut stuff down. Like I always say. A few million people can tear down some fences and free some people. 20 or 30 people can't really do it.
And the last thing I'll say about the military's involvement in this, there's a lot of people that aren't getting any airtime on network that are involved with the military, and they're saying, you know, we might want to have some guys that are fresh in case we actually need them for something somewhere. You know, I mean, the U.S. Army in particular, more than the Air Force, more than the Navy, the Army has been bitching that they don't have enough guys for the missions they are tasked with for a long time now. You know, more than 5 years. And they're going to send all these guys down to the border to fuck around. And with a guy like Trump, that could tweet something and you'd need 10,000 troops the next day. You know?
It's almost like there's no countries full of darker skinned people with resources that need to be robbed.
Well, the problem is the U.S. has run out of enough robbers on the ground.
Yeah, they could just reinstate a draft if needed, which
No.
I don't know why people even go to. I mean, I know why people go to the military, but why do they not just refuse to do stupid things like we're not going to fight, we're not going to go kill people, we're not going to do anything you tell us?
Well, those are the guys that get kicked out in basic.
But why are there more people doing that? Why are people so willing to go and do horrible atrocities for money and political gain?
I'd like to know the percentage of new recruits to the U.S. Army that are sent there by a state judge. Here's your choice, kid. Go to prison or join the Army.
Does that happen?
Oh, yeah. That's happened since Vietnam days.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, Vietnam was a draft, so they didn't really have a choice other than to
No, but
hide from the draft.
Even then, that's the choice. In some states, that people would get. You go, and this is the 60s, so you go to prison for 20 years, or you join the Army, and you give them 4, and we'll see what happens.
That's crazy.
Well, that's the U.S. Like, shit like that would never happen in Canada. Like, just no fucking way. You know, Canada's always been volunteer-based. It's only the world wars that really made conscription. I think Canada dropped conscription in 1946. It's like, okay, it's over, we're done. You know?
Yeah. Well, on that, you want to move on to the next one?
Sure, we fucked that ending up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really hoping you're right on that. I don't want to see people die. I mean, like I said, the concentration camp thing needs to be exposed and people need to get mad. But the last thing I'm going to say is if you look at any social media, you got a lot of people that support, like, straight up murdering these people, straight up doing anything horrible. Like they're not even people to them. So,
well, in an actual country with liberty, CBP would be spending as much, if not more time, keeping all the fucking lunatics away from the border on the American side. But they don't.
Wouldn't that be nice? And unprecedented.
You know, but I think you nailed it right there, though. That I say that innocent people getting killed, the political price is too high. The new Democratic House does not need that type of ammunition, because that's fresh meat, and they could make real fucking problems in a hurry. So the political price is too high. Every step will be taken to not do that and shoot themselves in Washington.
Yeah.
And I think the military is being brought in as a blinking neon sign. And ICE and CBP are being ignored.
ICE needs to be eliminated. And I mean, I think Border Patrol too, and I think Border should, but that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day.
Yep.
So, number 2 topic, with the rise of the if you see something, say something propaganda in the past few years, more and more people are watching their over-the-top Trump-supporting, racist, gun-loving neighbors. Has MAGA replaced ISIS for everything terror-related in the United States? And why won't the government take the greatest terrorist threat to the United States citizens seriously?
Well, first I'll go to the last question, because this is what this governance model is based on. It's based on controlled mayhem. And so far, it's worked within what they can contain.
Yeah, I think anybody who's protested a lot will tell you that there hasn't really ever been a time when the police won't protect these white supremacists. And these white supremacists, I think, traditionally have killed more cops than any other group. And these white supremacists are violent, and they're vile, and they're terrible, and they're hateful. But they're always protected by our government under Democrats or Republicans.
And they're white.
Yeah, but I mean, now they're like they have all this power, and the government's with them, and the government's saying, "Hey, you're very fine people." Right after a terrorist attack, and they're charging this guy that tried to break into the church to kill people, couldn't kill anyone. That goes into the grocery store and kills 2 black people. They're trying to charge him with hate crimes, not terrorism.
Yep.
The guy who sent bombs all over, is he being charged as a terrorist?
That's been amazingly quiet, that whole thing.
See, this blows my mind. Someone today, some jackass on Twitter was like, well, the definition is doing something for political or religious motives. White nationalism is a political ideology, therefore, when you kill people for it, it makes it a political motive. Then they shut up after I said that.
Yeah.
But, it's crazy. It's really crazy. None of these people are being charged with terrorism. They're walking in churches, slaughtering 9 people, cutting people up on buses, sending bombs all over. Bombs scare. I mean, it's crazy. The stuff that's going on. The stuff that was stopped before it happened even.
Well, I mean, obviously, the law is not being followed, so why is this happening? Politics. Politics are more important than the law.
The other day, there was
and like I said, this is about controlled chaos. This is how, I mean, think about it. It's just like if you go back to Hollywood bullshit from Chicago in the 30s. You know, there was always shit going on. There's always somebody was getting ambushed or fucking hit or something. But the people on top were still made out to be the lovable anti-hero who just rose above it all. And it's the same bullshit that they're playing out here. You know, let the media cover all these fucking tiki torch goofballs. What's really going on? That's how you get shit like that humongous tax giveaway that was hammered through and stuff like that. You know, that should be what people are marching about, not whether there's a bunch of incels that went to Lowe's and bought torches.
That's true. But people are scared. I mean, there was that a couple of days ago, there was a live performance of Fiddler on the Roof. Some guy stands up and starts screaming, "Hail Trump, hail Hitler," all this stuff. People are terrified. Like, when that stuff happens, there could be a bomb or a shooting or something close to after that, you know? And lucky there wasn't. But, I mean, it's real telling that someone just stands up in any venue and screams the President of the United States name. People think there could be a terror attack following that. And they're not way off. I mean, nobody's like, oh, they're crazy. It's not out of the realm of possibilities, you know.
But it's a condition. I mean, this is what people have been conditioned to do. This is something that's always happened in other places where shit goes into chaos as well. I mean, think about a country like India. Like, I mean, it's kind of faded, and apparently they've gotten a better handle on it. But look at the gang rapes that were happening on buses and shit. Like, how the fuck can this go on? What kind of society allows this to happen? But it was happening there. So,
yeah.
If they're going to sit there and watch that, what the fuck won't they tolerate? You know, and I mean, this is the thing. I mean, this guy stands up in the theater and starts saying this. Well, there's probably a dozen people that are immediately beside him. What did any of them do?
I think they shouted and made him leave, but, you know, I mean, yeah, he should have been, like, put to sleep. Something.
Exactly. Like, you pull him down and shut him up. That's the minimum.
Because you don't know if he's going to have a gun, and he's the one making the scene. He's screaming racist. Hail Hitler! When you say that, that's a racist. There's nothing more racist than that. Nothing more fascist than that.
But what I'm saying is, unless this guy already had a weapon in his hand, when he gets up and starts speaking, there should be 4 or 5 people from different directions that are on this guy. What's he going to do?
Even if he did have a weapon, what are you going to do? You're going to get shot, or you're going to at least get shot fighting, right?
Well, the only reason these things become things is because of willing spectators.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, but yeah, a lot of people they're so shocked and they don't know what to do. But I mean, when there's a threat like that, you have to assess how close you are. And I don't blame it if you're far enough away where you think you can make it out and get away, then get away. If you can get people out with you, get them out. But if you're at a certain point where you're too close, it's either get shot or fight back. And sometimes you have to take that risk. And if you get shot, at least you're saving other people, right? Or attempting to.
Well, I think you said it there. You said people don't know what to think. Well, yeah, they haven't been told what they're supposed to think in those circumstances. And that's the difference between people who get training, you know? I mean, but that's just it. And I know it's not just me, and it's not just my generation, but something like that happens, I don't have to be told what to think. I see it, I got a pretty good idea of what I'm going to do. And it ain't sit there. I'll tell you that. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I just don't get it. I'm not a spectator to shit like that. Fuck that.
Well, I mean, the thing is, and they'll say, oh, well, what if he wasn't? Like, this guy didn't shoot any. So what? You really take that risk?
Doesn't matter.
I do stand up and start screaming stuff like that, put him down before he even has a chance to do anything. And if it turns out he didn't have a weapon, oops, sorry, you shouldn't have done that, because that's like somebody jumping up and screaming Allah Akbar or something, you know, or some ISIS stuff or whatever. You know, if they did that, all of a sudden everyone would be all like, oh, but he's screaming some nationalistic stuff, so they're not sure. He's a white guy, they're not sure. But these are the people that have been killing everybody. These are the people that are doing all these terror, you know, all the terror.
Well, I mean, from my point of view, a weapon doesn't even come into the picture. Because I'm civilized, and I have a clue. So if this is a performance of Fiddler on the Roof, and some guy wants to get up and Sieg Heil, fuck you. That's not allowed here, okay? Like, come on. And that's why I'd fucking punch his lights out. It's got nothing to do with whether he's got a gun or not. Like, fucking get a grip, man.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're in Canada too, so it's a different situation. But the thing, I mean, it's less likely someone's going to shoot up a place. I mean, it's happened, but it's less likely is what I'm saying.
Oh, it's extremely less likely, but I mean, I wouldn't even judge it on whether he's got a weapon or not. You're in a performance of Fiddler on the Roof, asshole.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying these other people don't want to, I don't want to overstep. Man, people are too nice sometimes. It's hard to explain.
Nice or scared?
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, like in a perfect world, the minute he said, hail Trump, hail Hitler, he should have had 20, 30 people just stomping him out until he was just like on the ground in a puddle of his own blood. Yep. That's what should have happened. Drag him out, throw him in the dang street. Yeah. Continue the show. Everybody cheers. Nazis out. Yep. You know, that is like a social distortion show. That's what you need to do.
But I mean, you know, this is the whole thing. And this can't be ignored, and it can't be used the wrong way. Like, he didn't do this at a performance of Hair or Cats. He did it at fucking Fiddler on the Roof. So, I mean, the motivation is crystal clear. So, yeah, that's what you get. You get beat the fuck out.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't know. Like I said, people are too nice or scared, as you said.
But these stunts have become not only accepted but expected now. And it used to be in the past, like even really not all that long ago, like 10 years ago. That shit used to happen and it just never used to really get anywhere past local or on a satire show. But now it's fucking network that pumps this stuff up.
Yeah,
and that only encourages more because, hey, that incel racist stupid fuck got famous. I can do that too.
Yeah, they should get famous for getting beaten. That would be a better, like Richard Spencer. What's he most known for? That's how every Nazi should be, known for how they got brutalized for being racist scum.
Well,
but yeah, you're right. I mean, definitely. It Fiddler on the Roof was the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was no other. Yeah, it was done as an anti-Semitic thing.
Yep.
Oh, and according to the Trump supporters, he loves Jewish people because he supports Israel and has a Jewish son-in-law.
Right. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, they don't. It's kind of like, I can't be racist. I have a black grandson or something. Those people.
Well, I mean, one of the first things the Trump government did with DHS and the Bureau was tell them to quit collecting data on white supremacist gangs. That's one of the first things they did. Remember, there was this black extremist bullshit. That's the new focus.
Yeah, black identity extremists and then anti-fascists are the worst, most dangerous threat to the United States. But they haven't killed anybody. And then you have these white supremacists that are killing people at crazy levels, assaulting people all over. They're going on tours to beat people up. And they're protected by the police in every city while doing it. And that's fine. They're not a threat. It makes no sense to me. But the people who want to stop them, they're the threat. And I think the military even looked into it and was like, man, anti-fascists haven't done anything in this country to be a threat. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yep.
But it doesn't stop them.
I'm not going to draw on any obvious case in world history, but, I mean, it was the exact same thing.
Yeah.
The Sturmabteilung ruled the streets with violence, and the media didn't do a thing about it, and the government loved it. So. Yep.
People need to just bash them fools until they're not here anymore. They're too scared to come out their little holes. Until that happens, you're going to have to deal with these racist and these terrorist attacks and all this stuff. I mean, these same people are willing to go and protest in front of a mosque and scream, "We hate." That doesn't have anything to even do with ISIS. You know what I mean?
Yep.
But when it comes to white supremacists, oh no, we don't want to mess with them. They're Just ignore them and they'll go away. How come you don't ignore ISIS and they'll go away? Why doesn't that work with every terrorist group?
Well,
something fishy afoot here, you know.
Well, you know why.
Yeah, it's just super stupid and super hypocritical.
But I mean, this government is passively encouraging the rise of xenophobic, nationalist sentiment. They don't have a problem with it at all.
Here's a thought. Why don't you just ignore MS-13 and then they'll go away? See how that works? They only say ignore the white supremacist killers. Any other killers is we got to deal with them. It's so stupid, man. It's so painfully transparent.
Well, it is, but I mean, this is part of human nature and power. I mean, look at something like the Sons of Anarchy. It was the same goddamn thing in that show. You know, you had Power 1 and Power 2, and then there's these minor powers, and, you know, you fuck with them and you get them to do stuff, and, you know, it's the same goddamn thing.
I haven't seen it. It's about a motorcycle gang, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if they're not going to do something, let's do it.
Exactly. I mean, it's no different than kids in school. Can we steal a chalk brush? Okay, we didn't get caught. Well, what can we steal now? You know, it's a progression. That's how people are.
Yep. It's like letting the school bully get away with whatever he wants to do for so long. Now you got more school bullies because no one's going to stop them.
And the principal has a weekly announcement that they're not going to take any reports of bullying seriously.
Because some of those bullies are very fine kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's up to the other kids to stomp the bullies out, you know? Get those chains off the swings and grab them by the neck with them. You know, everything in the schoolyard can be a weapon. Dismantle the jungle gym and you have pipes to beat them with.
But then the principal also walks down the hall with the bully. You know, like, I mean, it's...
Well, hey, eventually you're going to have to knock the principal down, too. It's just the way it works. Cap him at the knees with with your newfound weapons. I mean, if it goes to the top, you got to do what you got to do. I mean,
yeah,
people have to decide, do they want to stomp out fascism or they want to just say they want to stomp out fascism.
Well, if history is any indication, it would be the second choice.
Yeah, that's the dumber choice. There's more of us than there are the fascists.
That's the issue, man. But, you know, I don't know. How long is this shit going to go on? I mean, remember when the Tea Party came along? There were supposed to be Tea Party militias, and they're going to fucking kill candidates, and none of that shit ever happened.
Well, it's happened. This is the evolution of the Tea Party. These MAGA cats, MAGA, not MAGA.
Well, I think this is a much bigger, although it's still a very small gene pool. It's bigger than the Tea Party.
You don't think? I think a lot of them came from the Tea Party, though.
Yeah, but they've also got different elements that they didn't have when they were the Tea Party shit.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know. Did the Klan and the NSM back the Tea Party back then?
It was regional.
Okay.
You know, there was no national cooperation.
Yeah, I would just think, you know, if you're a person who votes and believes in all these policies that are the same policies that the National Socialist Movement and the KKK believes, you might want to rethink what your belief system is. You might want to say there's something wrong with what I'm believing here if these crazy white supremacist, gangster, whack jobs are believing the same stuff and supporting the same stuff I'm doing. But somehow they don't do it. They just go and stand there and protest with them. Like, yeah, he's got a swastika sign, but we're here for Trump, so we got our Trump hats. We're not really with them, but they got some valid points, those Nazis. It's way out, man. Way out.
Yeah, well, I mean, Dunning-Kruger, man. You know, whatever lets them sleep at night, you know. I mean, the number one issue is you can't call yourself informed if you listen to AM talk radio and see 5 minutes of network news a day. You're not fucking informed. You're programmed.
Yeah, I agree.
But that's tens of millions of Americans who vote and go to church, probably.
Yeah, this new the new Jeff Sessions
There's
believes.
another one already?
Yeah, he believes that if you're not religious in the Christian religion, you should have no part in the government.
Oh, this is the illegal acting attorney general?
Yeah.
Whatever. He ain't going to get shit done because Congress, the Democratic House is going to be on this guy like flies on shit.
Well, here's the thing. If Trump gets impeached or resigns or something, Pence believes the same thing pretty much.
I think appointing this fucking clown as acting attorney general is a time delay tactic. Now the Democrats have to deal with getting this guy out. And if that's the case, touche. Excellent move.
Yeah, but who's doing all this thinking? It's not Trump, obviously. He's not that intelligent.
No, it's not. It's people like Bolton. It's
all the people behind him. Miller, Bolton, yeah.
Yeah, that's who's running this shit.
So, yeah, you want to move on before we get tangentized on this one?
All right.
Did you see it coming?
Yeah.
All right. Number 3, Veterans Day just passed. Troops were thanked and praised as superheroes. When was the last time a U.S. soldier actually fought for the freedom of our citizens? The Revolution? The Civil War?
Well, it's either the Revolutionary War or the War of 1812 or the Civil War. And that's it.
Yeah, that's what kills me. Thank you for your service. Thank you for our freedom. Why? These people weren't even born when people were fighting for our freedom. Or our freedom. We weren't even born when people were fighting for their freedom.
This false equivalency of killing people in foreign lands equates to protecting my rights in the United States. That's beyond any sense in any means. But it sells, I don't know.
I've said if troops were actually fighting for the United States citizens' freedom and our rights, they would be attacking Clinton, Bush, Obama. They'd be attacking our own Pentagon. You know what I mean? They'd be attacking our Congress and our Senate. They'd be bombing corporations.
They would have Langley surrounded.
Yeah, exactly. They wouldn't be in other countries. They'd be attacking institutions that are robbing us of our rights right here. But those are the same institutions they fight to profit, to make, to help make profit. So really, they're not fighting for anything to profit or help the average American citizen in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. They're not keeping us any safer. They're not doing anything for us. I don't understand this whole thing. We've talked about it before. Everyone sees these guys with guns as heroes. But they're really just murderers that go overseas and kill people for profit and gain. And agendas that don't benefit the average American citizen unless you're a millionaire, multi-millionaire, or billionaire. Or have a lot of stocks in the defense industry or something.
Well, that's got nothing to do with whether you're an American or not, because they'll protect guys of that description who aren't Americans. Because, that's become their function. I mean, who was it? General Butler? With the statement about, if you go fight a war, you're fighting for corporate interests. That's it. That's the end of the fucking story.
I just wonder why people don't see that. I mean, some people do and they expose it, but I mean, then you got the average military that's all gung-ho, like, I'm back, I fought for your freedom. They expect to get thanked. They expect to get free stuff. They give them discounts. For what?
Well, part of it is there's never going to be another, publicly, there's never going to be another Vietnam in that sense. There's no American government that
When you say in that sense, you mean the opposition that the people add to it? Or are you talking about the whole Vietnam in general?
No, what I'm saying is the reason that all these brand discount, service discount opportunities come up that you hear about is because it's part of keeping the game going. Now, this thing about how many organizations and businesses want to help veterans, where's the fucking proof, man? Look at the numbers. You know, this is just another advertising propaganda game that has no endpoint in the U.S. We support our veterans. Well, I don't know of any other country on the face of the earth that, one, has as many veterans that are that young, and number two, are treated so fucking poorly by their government. So, it's very thin. I don't understand how it sells, but again, if you listen to AM talk radio and see 5 minutes of network news, I can see how it sells.
I guess it boggles my mind.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, you guys call it Veterans Day because I guess you're not part of the World War I Club or whatever the fuck the reason is.
Armistice Day.
Yeah, and it's Remembrance Day here. And, you know, I mean, you can't change history or the way it's interpreted, but there's a lot of things about the World War I that made Canada a legitimate country, including the hundreds of thousands who died from a pretty young nation. But the other thing that we have that the Americans don't is we've got a lot of veterans and dead we celebrate who were UN peacekeepers. And
Yeah.
there's been a lot of Canadians killed in the line of duty of actually keeping peace.
Yeah, I mean that's different. You could celebrate that. You could say they weren't out there to kill and murder people.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, there have been attempts through Canada's history to actually try and use force to promote peace. Not very many, but, you know, there are some. So they can't sell the same bullshit up here that they sell in the U.S. You know? It's just not the same audience. Thank God.
Lucky y'all. Yeah, it blows my mind. Like, veterans get 15% off this and that, and you know, free meals on certain days, and
but they don't
discounts.
have a job. They don't have a place to live, and VA won't fucking give them nothing.
I mean, a lot of them do. Some of them become cops and stuff. Some of them go to work at regular places. But
but those guys aren't grunts in the fucking army. Those are like ex-Marines, lieutenants. You know, they're not just the fucking dummy carrying a fucking M16.
Maybe LAPD is.
Okay.
I think that's what they look for. The dummies, the violent dummies. Yeah, it's just, you know, I mean, like I was going to get some drill bits at the hardware store, and it was Veterans Day, and they had all these dudes with all their veteran hats and their veteran shirts, and they're getting these discounts. It was crowded. That's why I was like, why is it so crowded? It's because they're giving them all 30% off and a free gift if they were a veteran.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
Wow, I need these drills for work. I don't want to really be here at all. And now I'm like, oh, have to hear each one of these people, thank you. Oh, man, where were you at? Oh, my gosh, shut up.
Okay, there you go. There's another big factor here. This is Black Friday for veterans. It's, you know, that's what I didn't get around to. All these discounts for veterans. Yeah, bring us your business. fucking rights. It's a demographic they can clue in on and target very specifically.
Yeah, but like even at there was a city council meeting. I don't know who some of you people might know from earlier stuff we were talking about that the LA City Council is trying to kill the free speech of people that go to the meetings so they can't talk, and they can get rid of people and punish them for, punish citizens for their free speech. So I guess they used the example of some guy, they were honoring all these veterans, and some guy stood up and was like, they don't do anything. Why are you honoring these people? They're killers. And then they stopped the meeting, and one of the council members or something stood up and said, see, this is why we need to be able to stop people from saying horrible things like that. When you say stuff like that, you're berating the veterans who fought for your very right to be able to say that. And that's what they always say. Like, if it wasn't for them, you would be able to say what you want. Really? Well, what Iraq or Afghanistan or who's trying to take my free speech from these countries that you invaded and bombed?
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with this elected official saying that. Like, who is this guy? Does he have a higher than average population of voters who are veterans or who work in the defense industry?
Well,
that's what it's about.
It's just basically they said, we're going to take away people's freedom of speech because someone spoke against a veteran who, quote unquote, defended their freedom of speech. We'll show you guys. It just blows my mind. So how come right then a veteran didn't come in and shoot the councilman and say, no, I'm here to protect your freedom of speech?
But I mean, that's just it. That's the whole play. It's the veteran vote.
I guess. I don't know. And from what I see, most of them are super right-wing, super, white supremacist. I mean, even the non-white ones have these kind of mentality, the system's good, America's great, don't ever talk bad about it, because I fought for your rights.
Yeah, well, all that tells me is they think they're on the way up, and they're going to play the game.
Yeah. I don't know. Just trips me out. Just something. I guess we could move on.
Well, no, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but I mean, like everything else in the U.S., any day that is for quote-unquote celebration involves a great deal of money somewhere.
Yeah, I guess we celebrate killers. We celebrate genocide. We're having another holiday coming up to celebrate mass murder and genocide of a group of people.
Yeah, and if you want to belong, if you want to be one of the cool kids, there's a certain amount of money you have to spend to achieve that.
Oh, the Democrats are awesome. I just want to put that out there. Speaking of Thanksgiving, quote unquote, or Genocide Day. These progressive Democrats were saying, we kind of took the bad stuff out of Thanksgiving and made it about being thankful now. So it doesn't have anything to do with that. So we can just feel good about celebrating it, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
And when you feel good, you spend money.
Just blows my mind. This Democrats, Republicans, what's the difference? They're both out to screw the people. So yeah, anything else on this?
Well, it's kind of like, half and half or anal, whatever.
Yeah, there was a meme. That's true. But there was a meme that actually I said it to somebody and then they made a meme and gave me a copy. I said the difference between Democrats and Republicans is Democrats Republicans are fuck you. Democrats are fuck you with the little smiley face.
Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, that's basically the difference.
That's your choice. That's what they're killing brown people for your fucking freedom, right there. That's the whole deal in reality.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The last topic, man, is really a sad, stupid one. That should never have happened. Jemel Roberson was working as a security guard and heroically stopped a shooting as he had the shooter pinned to the ground. Jemel was fatally shot by the police. And in case you haven't already guessed, Jemel was a black man. Does the good guy with the gun only apply to white good guys with guns?
Short answer, yes.
Okay, show's over. No, but yeah, it's ridiculous. They didn't say anything. Just come in and shoot the guy.
The part that gets me is, why is this cop not under arrest for involuntary manslaughter or something?
He'll be justified. He's a cop.
Because that's the truth. If it was a white security guard he shot, how different would this be? Quite a bit.
Yeah, it would be.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if the NRA would still be silent. They're always silent when things don't fit their narrative.
The other side of this coin is, I don't know details, but I know broad strokes. There are so many organizations in American cities trying to get the young black man to try and do something where he can feel good about what he's doing. And this is the absolute worst thing in the world that could happen for those efforts.
I mean, think about it. You go to Starbucks for a business meeting, police calls, you get arrested. You go swimming in the swimming pool at your apartment building, police called, somebody's harassing you and doing this. You're in your own home chilling. Some cop comes in drunk, wrong house, and shoots you to death. You're sitting in your garage listening to music. The cops say, open the door and shoot through it and kill you. I mean, what can you really feel good and safe about being black in this country? You're sitting in a car, just like any white person, in a country, in a state where you have legal carry, and you tell the cop, like any white person, I have a gun on me, which is perfectly legal and registered, and you get shot to death. And then right after all these things, unlike any white terrorist mass shooter, your whole life gets flipped up, and they find anything they can and show the worst pictures about you, any mugshots you might have, start saying, oh, they did drugs or this or that, and that was a valid and justifying the murder of an innocent unarmed person. Immediately, how can you feel good about anything in this country? You have citizens and police, just terrible people. You can't barbecue here. I'm going to call the police. And when the police come, there's a chance you could be murdered. It's insane.
Yeah, those are all actual events. And, again, I say, okay, cops killed somebody in every one of those instances. And what happened to the cops?
Hang on, I'm sorry. You're changing your clothes naked in the gym locker room. Police come and shoot you to death. So, I could keep going with these. It's like endless. You know what I mean?
But
endless.
Again, it goes back to our first topic. They know they can do it.
Well, what's it going to take for these cops to get punished?
I don't know.
Even a couple years in jail and a job loss or something, not a paid vacation, and hoo-ha, high five, we're back on the force to kill more people. There was one cop, murdered somebody, got 2 weeks off, came back, and within 12 hours he murdered another person. That's how sick it is, man. We have cops out here that killed 7 people driving around in the streets. like straight murderers, and they get off every time.
Yeah, see, I mean, I just can't relate to that because that just simply does not happen in Canada. It just doesn't.
But somehow we're responsible, and I'm not saying that as being like we let it happen. Why aren't we collectively, not a few hundred people? Why isn't everyone out in the streets going crazy? I mean, there's not even every black person or Latino person out in the streets going crazy. It's just always a small group of people. Like, why isn't everyone out there like this isn't going to happen? You know what? We're going to shut your police station down indefinitely till that cop is locked away. We want justice and we're not moving. And there's 50,000 of us surrounding the police station. Nobody's moving. No traffic's moving. Nothing's moving. Why? Because y'all murdered someone and think you want to get away with it again? No. But it doesn't happen like that. Everyone's like, oh, that's horrible. Whatever. Wasn't my problem.
Exactly.
It's just going to keep going. So, yeah, like in a way, it is our fault. Because we're not out there fighting it together. Everybody, not just a few.
I mean, it was only maybe 3 years ago. I mean, look what happened in Chiapas province in Mexico. It was the feds and the cartels, back and forth. People ending up dead, innocent people getting killed. If you're not in the game, you're fucked. And the citizens, with their militia, arrested all the cops.
Oh, yeah, I read an article about that. Yeah.
They executed a bunch of cartel members. It's like, okay, why don't you both just fuck off? We're in charge now. We've seized everything. We're not growing food for the cartel anymore. We're not paying extortion to the police anymore. We are in charge. And
yeah,
since then, they've had their trials. They've negotiated with the federal government. And everything's all right. You know, and that got like 0.00041% coverage.
Well, I mean, I saw it, so must have got some coverage.
Well, it did, but I mean, absolutely minimal.
Yeah, it wasn't on the major media outlets.
Oh, no. But I mean, they decided, okay, fuck this. And they did it.
That's why I would say back in the day, they used to have my homie's neighborhood. They have a crack house, they just burn it down. Like I think they started off calling the police. Police didn't do nothing. We're gonna burn it down.
Yep.
You know, and that's how you have to do things. Get it done. Get it handled. Stop the problems. I mean, back in the day, police would pull over some black person in Oakland. You have Panthers come over, and they'd be armed, and they'd be like, "This ain't happening today. You're not gonna harass our people." And then, you know, we've talked about how come people can't have guns and the NRA and the Panthers and all that crap from, you know, way back then, and Reagan when he was governor. But it was all to get guns out of the hands of people that was doing something. They didn't want black people having guns because what they were doing was they were taking care of other people. Like Oakland, police couldn't just get away with stuff for a while in Oakland.
Yep.
It was really hard. They had opposition. And that's beautiful, man. We need opposition again. We need massive opposition because now we have this military police thing that's just massive. You know, sometimes you got to fight fire with fire.
Yeah, well, look what happened to the MOVE community in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Because they were doing the same damn thing. You know, imagine getting armed police sent because you're having free education.
Yeah. But nowadays we have something they didn't have. We have social media and cameras and live streams.
Yeah.
And it's harder, like we have, everyone's their own journalist now. So it's like we have a little bit more power, like they can't get away with things where it be their word against. So we have film of this, we have video, we have evidence of what y'all doing. But something has to give, man. People have to wake up. And we say it all the time on this thing. Like, you can't, you're just going to keep waiting until it hits you, or as Glenn says, hits your backyard. It's too late by then. Fight it before it gets there. It's already in all your neighbors' backyards. Why are you going to keep waiting? Why do you hate your neighbors so much you're not going to fight for their backyards like you do your own? Doesn't make sense to me.
Because that's what they've been conditioned to, man.
Yeah, it's that border crap. Our backyard should all be one. They should all be together. You mess with his backyard, you messing with my backyard. It's all the same.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing that fucking just I turn off the whole U.S.-Mexican border thing is because there's absolutely no admission of the actual history of that land. There are indigenous tribes that have been broken up for hundreds of years now with this stupid fucking border thing.
Yes.
And they get shit on both sides of the fucking border.
Yeah, but we really destabilized Central America in the 80s and 90s, like super bad.
And it didn't stop then.
Well, no, but I'm saying we did so much damage. We should be taking care of these people for some of the horrible atrocities we did over there and allowed to happen, and the people we worked with and things we did. I mean, it's terrible, man. You think the government screwed us? They screwed them.
Well, it didn't really. I mean, it's full blown again. I mean, the agency's been causing a lot of the problems in El Salvador and Guatemala for the last, 5-6 years, but I've noticed things have really stayed at a high temperature ever since the decision against Chevron, which is,
refresh
of course,
my memory, please.
Well, there were a lot of Guatemalans that took Chevron to court over what they've done to their environment and for the hit squads that Chevron employed, and they won. There's like a $357 million or something, and of course Chevron refuses to acknowledge the ruling, so it'll be in court for quite some time. But even that decision being made, that's history now. That's a dent. It's like the first lawsuit that Big Tobacco lost. It was like everybody said, ooh, they can lose. Okay, hang on. And that's when state attorney generals and everybody else jumped on the fucking bandwagon. And Big Tobacco never recovered. And they were made to pay. Yeah. So that's the difference. So, I mean, Chevron's trying to get this decision vacated and jurisdiction, blah, 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 heard, fuck you. There's going to be more. And climate change is going to be a part of it a lot sooner rather than later as well, moving forward against oil companies.
Yeah.
So, I think that's got something to do with the way the people get treated. You want to actually make us responsible? Here, hold my beer. Hold my cerveza. It's like what the U.S. does with Iran. You guys won't change the way you govern yourselves? Okay, fuck you. You're all going to starve. You're all not going to be able to buy this or that.
It's just disgusting, man, how these people in charge do to people. It's horrifying. And it's been like this forever. It's nothing new. Just new ways of doing it, new technology to do it more efficiently and more brutally.
Yep. It's power.
Yep.
But, getting back to it, I mean, this is ridiculous. This is just a total, like, people around the world are saying, this is America today. there's a fucking idiot with a gun who is stopped by someone with authority with a gun doing the exact right thing, then higher authority shows up and kills that guy. That's America.
Yeah. It is.
It's ridiculous, man. It's so ridiculously tragic and 1,000% preventable.
Yeah, and then some.
Man.
So yeah, I mean, I hope his family gets. They can never get him back, but he's got a son and he's got a family. You know, I hope they just get so much money the whole police department and city have to shut down, man.
Well,
That's what we need. That's what we need to do. If they got to pay us out, and it's don't take it from us. Don't take it from the taxpayers who didn't murder nobody. Take it from the police budgets. Take it from their pensions. Take it from their union dues. Rob them blind until they can't function, and they're just like any other business, and they go out of business. You know?
No. Yeah, like I said, we're just talking about the Chevron case in Guatemala. Well, this has the potential to set a new precedent. If it costs the cop department who did this $200 million or more,
But it never does. It comes out of taxpayer dollars.
but it doesn't matter. That's a huge hit to take, and that's going to scare a lot of people into thinking a little more about what they're doing out in the fucking streets.
Like, just hold the cop accountable. Like give him, like, you know, you're supposed to be on a higher level than the people, so we're going to charge you more aggressively than the average person. Because you're trained for this. You don't just walk in and shoot the first black dude you see. Come on, man.
Yep.
That cop's whole life should be destroyed, but somehow they never are.
But see, this is the thing, though. There's no way they could go through training and recruitment and all that other shit unless either that question was never asked, that scenario was never posed, or somehow they were thought to assume that if that happened, you'd be okay.
Yeah,
that's the only possibilities, man.
You know, the people who love prisons love police. The people who love the death penalty love the police. So yeah, how about we give the murderous cop either life sentences in the prisons they love to put people in, or better yet, give them a death penalty, since it's such a quote-unquote deterrent, which I don't believe it is. But I'm just saying, just these cops are sick. Don't give them, what you don't do is you don't give them their job back, and don't give them a 2-week vacation. Don't give them any respect or dignity. Don't give them a commendation a year later after they murdered somebody, which happens more often than you might believe. You know, punish them, lock them away, treat them like the criminal they are. If I walk outside and just go and shoot the first person I see, oh, you know, whatever, that guy looked at me, I felt threatened, so I had to kill him. What do you think's going to happen to me? You think I'm going to get a paid vacation? You think I'll be back at work next week? High-fiving my buddies and putting a gun back on me? You know what I mean? At the very least, they take my guns, right? So this guy, why is the police still even licensed to be a cop? Why is he even allowed to have a gun after that? It's just so screwed up, man. Like, it's different, okay, if somebody has a gun and they're shooting at you and it's a shootout, or you really feel your life is endangered. But, you know, an 80-something, 89-year-old or 86-year-old man in a wheelchair in a senior citizen home that accidentally cornered you and you feared for your life and couldn't get away, but he didn't have a weapon, so you had to shoot him to death, you should be in prison. Pull up and do a drive-by on a 12-year-old kid at the park playing with a toy gun because he's black, you should be in prison. Shooting a guy for telling you he has a weapon that's perfectly legal and is not any threat to you, you should be in prison. Shooting a guy for tilting his hat or for pulling his pants up while he's on the ground and you can see he doesn't have any weapons, these people should be in prison, right? Because that's what happened to a citizen if they did the same thing.
But that's just it. They're not citizens.
But they should be held to a higher standard, don't you think?
It's about the brand. The brand is not willing to tolerate that type of punishment because then the brand loses their authority.
Yeah, well, maybe the brand needs to shut down, go out of business, debrandify itself. I don't know.
True, but that's like saying Adidas has to shut down TaylorMade. It ain't gonna happen.
If it was killing people, it would.
Well, maybe. It depends if they could get away with it or not.
Yeah, these unions got to have the power taking from them. These FOPs are way too powerful, and they protect cops no matter what. A cop can scream racist stuff and shoot somebody in the head because of that, and it's quite obvious they still fighting. Well, he had no choice. The guy was black. I mean, that's how bad they are. They're just horrible. Everything's a threat. Anything's a threat. A guy with a knife 20 feet away is a threat where you got to shoot him to death. And we've seen it how many times on videos? Some guy with a knife 20 feet away getting shot to death.
Yeah, that's
true. It's a knife. It's a knife. Why are your guns even out? You got billy clubs, you got protective gear, you got mace, you got tasers. Why are your guns out? The guy got a knife. We've seen people threatening to kill themselves, and the cops come and do it for them because, no, don't shoot yourself. Let us do it for you. It's insane, man.
Well, I still say that it's worth considering. Let's say, maybe some Midwest closet clan police force in a city of maybe 20,000 really fucks up. And civilly, it'll be a federal case. And they get hung out for, say, $100 million. So that means not only are the cops fucked, whatever they have for a police commission is fucked, and the counselors who are going to have to bring that budget forward are fucked.
Yeah, that would be... Go ahead.
So if that happens once, the behavior in a lot of similar places will change. Because if that's the possible price, that's now all their livelihoods and their position. No. We're going to prevent that.
I agree with you 100%. And if that ever happened, it would be wonderful, and it could do a lot of damage and good damage to the bad and do good for
sooner or later it will. And things like this make it more likely to be sooner.
I don't know, because I'm not sure, but I think, I'm almost positive, they have safeguards where you can only sue for so much for something. I don't think it's unlimited like that. I think they have limits, and there's restrictions and stuff to safeguard them against it, especially when you're going against the government.
In the business world, those clauses in poison pill agreements have been found to be unenforceable. So it's only a matter of time until somebody beats it.
Yeah, where are these good lawyers at?
They're getting paid big fucking dollars. And most of them work for the wrong side.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Yeah, definitely.
But not all. Not all. I mean, it's a whole different scale, but it's the attitude. I think, I might have mentioned this before, but supposedly now marijuana is quote-unquote legal in Canada. There's already a lawyer on retainer, and $75,000 is in the bank already for the first arrest under this law that is unconstitutional. And I mean, that kind of thing doesn't exist in the U.S.
No.
I mean, all your whistleblowers should have had it years ago. Never mind normal people, So that's part of your system. That's the way things are.
Yeah, we need to change it. I'm telling you, we need to change. Not you. When I say we, I mean the people here, because you can't. You're up there. But yeah, but it takes people to care about changing it, and not just a small handful.
Yeah.
It has to be some kind of mass movement. Like everyone's with it, and people will, do whatever it takes to make it happen. And I don't see that happening with a lot of things here unless they're popularized.
Well,
if you kill enough white kids in one sitting, you'll get a few months of gumption, but
I think that's the whole issue, though. You said what's popularized, not what's ethically right, not what is socially correct or socially responsible. Those aren't the questions. It's what's popular.
Yeah, you have to look at it like which cops get in trouble, which cops even get a slap on the wrist. The cop who
Latino.
No, I'm saying either way. The cop who shot that white Australian woman, he got in big trouble for that. The cop who manhandled and arrested that nurse who was not giving information up because of HIPAA laws.
Yeah,
he got fired for that. And it just seems funny that you can murder all kinds of people, but mess with a white woman, you might lose your job. Maybe they need to say, mess with any citizen the wrong way, you might lose your job. And kill any citizen, you might lose your life because you might be locked away forever. And on top of that, the city's going to lose tons of money. That would be awesome. It's just like LA has so much money, it doesn't matter because these people, what do they get? $7,000, $3,000, $15,000 maybe, and it's not coming out of anything police related. It's basically like we're paying them to kill us.
Yeah, but there are some other facts of the world involved in those cases you mentioned too, because the issue with the nurse, she's in a union, and you can guarantee they have a pack. That's another real world issue that doesn't get talked about in the news reports.
Yeah, and the Australian woman was an international incident. I understand that too.
Yeah. Because what government is not going to take that and run with it? One of ours got killed by crazy one of them. What the fuck? Every government is going to run with that.
Well, right after that, there was countries, I think Australia was one of them, saying, do not take your holiday or vacation in the United States because you may never come back. You may get killed by the police.
And amazingly enough, America should understand that's called freedom of speech.
Yeah, they're talking against the government. So technically it is. But yeah, I think that, you threaten to hurt tourism, that hurts their money, and then all of a sudden they care. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. And there's a connection there too. On the vast majority, where is the African American on the economy scale in the U.S.? So again,
Well, if you ask the racists, they'll say, Obama was president, Will Smith is an actor, so rich.
Yeah, no shit.
Well, no, but you're right. For the most part, it's not on the higher end of the economic scale.
Yep.
And that's the people. That's the thing, because people of color are much higher. But I'm saying, then you get these cats that say, "Oh, look, they shot this white dude. I bet he wasn't rich." You know what I mean? It goes up the scale. Like if you're poor and black or poor and Latino, you're more likely to get harassed or murdered or brutalized by the police than a poor white person. But
no money, no justice.
Is more likely than the next people with money. You see what I'm saying? It goes race, then it goes to class, and it's a scale that goes up.
Yeah. No money, no justice.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's no money. You might die from not getting health care. You might not get justice. You might not get a whole lot of things.
When you go to the courthouse in Canada, outside it says law courts. It doesn't say justice courts.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You don't have the blind lady with the scales waiting to see who's going to put more money on it?
Nope.
Oh wow.
Outside our Supreme Court, we have 2 statues. Both female, one for law, one for order. No justice involved.
Wow.
Funny how that works.
We need vengeance.
Oh, well, see, give people like Sessions in his replacement time. You'll get it.
Oh, man. Any more tangents? Anything else on this topic we need to bring up?
I don't think so.
Okay. I guess that's it. Unless, I don't know. That's it. We went through everything, right? I'm reading them now. Yep. Awesome. So, yeah, thank you, Glenn, and thank everybody for listening, and we'll be back next week, as always, and bye.